So when can you remember last time you were on a first date?
First date.
First date,
Oh
yes.
gosh. Oh yes, I can. It's all come screaming back to me.
Oh no, was it that good that you were screaming?
And no,
Oh dear.
we
Look at that
we
face.
we went for a coffee,
Okay, well that's
and
good. Nothing to scream
and
about.
it we no the coffee was fine, and
Mm-hmm.
they were lovely.
Yeah.
Um, and I was in a bad mood that day.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe we should stop recording.
And you know those moods where you just feel like, I'll do it anyway. I can put on a brave face.
Look at that face.
And then the face starts looking slightly psychotic.
Yeah.
I think that might have done it for.
Okay, so was it the first and last date?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was. In actual fact, if they had wanted a second date with me, I would have thought, oh, if they're really that unfussy, I don't want them anymore.
You just can't
You
win
know.
some people.
So I know. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So and that has been about 2 years.
Oh wow.
And also I never used to date. I just used to end up with someone, but not with a first date.
That's the good old days.
Very strange.
Remember, if you just told somebody you liked them or they just kissed you, then that was it. You were dating. There was none of this like, we're not exclusive yet. We're not quite established yet. No, 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 no. Oh, I'm circular dating, or I'm dating.
You what?
Oh, there's an American term, circular dating, when you're not necessarily like sleeping with them all, but you're going out on other dates and you're letting them know that there's other people on the horizon. So it's like you're keeping yourself busy that way, and then eventually you'll make a choice, or somebody will come forward, or they'll all find out about each other, compare notes, and say, nah, forget that.
I would make that choice real easy for them.
Yes, I know. I probably would as well. I was like, what? Well, no, if they have to do that before they can make your mind up about you, then it's like, what's the point?
No, I just take away that option. Makes their lives easier.
Yes. And yours, by the sounds of it.
Well, I don't normally play the understudy, although I have sometimes been the swing, but we won't go into that. I promise you, it's a theatre term.
Okay, well, I'm just going to look at the rules of dating. Okay.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. See what the rules are. See
if you've broken any. I always find out the rules and then break them anyway. You know. So, first one is be yourself.
Yeah, you see, I think that depends on who yourself is. If I was myself straight away on the first date, there would not be a second. I believe you've got to slowly release the crazy.
Oh God, yeah, no, I find that to be better as well. Maybe like 6 years into it.
I think I think though, let it out in little slithers and just see, well, if they cope with this.
The boundaries. Yeah.
You know, so I think sort of be yourself, but I think there should be a caveat of be yourself, but not too much, Ricky.
No, yeah, in the first minute.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So I think I have broken that one, but as we can tell, I tried not to break that the last time I had a first date. And I would have really judged them harshly if they'd have asked for a second one. I'd have been like, what kind of new brand of crazy are you?
I was crazier than you. Because somebody you're dating calls you crazy, and they say, well, you must be crazy too dating me. So
I wouldn't date me. Look at me, not dating myself.
Maybe moving swiftly on. Love the next one, right? Because to be right, the first one is to be yourself, and to do the
Yeah.
second one, I would have to be myself to not do this. So be yourself is the first one, and don't be late is the second one.
Oh. Well, you see, you're not late on your time.
No. We say 3 o'clock, I will be there at 3 o'clock. Some people like to be there at 10 to or 5 to, but I will be there at 3.
Well, you see, I've got a simple rule. You're either early or you're late. Because at what point are you on time? Is it as you walk in through the door? Is it as you sit in the seat? Is it as you say hello?
But it's also a test, because if they get really ratty about me being on, being like one, or like somebody sits there and goes, "You're 2 minutes or 3 minutes late." Do you know what, mate? We're not going to get on, because if you're so anally retentive about time in that sense, what else are you going to be anally retentive about? That doesn't really matter. Does it really matter?
Well, you see, I'm really a stickler for me being on time. I like to be on time, but I don't expect anybody else to be.
Okay, so we did a coaching session on this when I was getting my coaching qualifications, and the meaning behind it is all about the person themselves, is all about the projection of it all, again, what they're putting out there. So they're making a false, it's almost like they're creating a false, I'll probably get a lot of comments about this, because this is quite, we had this actually one time when we were working on Sky together, and the presenter at the time had a whole thing about, are you on time? And I said, sometimes I'm not, but I will apologize and respect the person's time, because I respect my own time. But if I am going to be major late because of traffic or something like that, I'll just say, look, I am running late. I'll let you know. So maybe we have to cut it short. Maybe it's okay. So we have to be respectful that way. But if you're late for whatever reason, and sometimes, most of the time, I should say, it's because of the work I do. And if I'm coaching somebody and they're in the middle of a emotional release and they're crying, or they're trying to come to something, I can't just say, right, your time's up, take the door.
I'm with you. When I was
people as well,
teaching singing, because as you know, I was taught to teach singing by Ian Adam, who taught nearly everybody. If you haven't heard of him, Google him, but he taught me to teach.
Yeah.
And when my pupils used to come to me, I always used to say to them in the phone call before they would arrive, okay, if they were the second lesson or beyond, that they may need to wait. So we might not start on time, but also don't expect to finish on time, because if you're in the middle of a breakthrough, I'm not stopping because the clock's told me to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can't.
Yeah. But when it comes to a first date, I would like to be there sort of bang on time rather than early.
Yeah, if you say 3 o'clock, I'm there at 3 o'clock, 3:01.
Yeah. But I do like to be there. If from what I remember, I think I would like to be there on time for a first date, because they might already be sat there. So I get to see them first.
It's very rarely that happens to me, but well, the next one is to be a good conversationalist. I don't think that's something you can try to be. That's something either you are or you aren't.
And also, what makes a good conversationalist changes. Some people like to listen, and others like to talk.
Yes.
I think that's a tough one.
Yeah, but you're going to maybe click with somebody and have loads to talk about with them. And before you know, boom, you and I be an example. We talk for 3 hours, and that's just a standard conversation. But other people I would struggle to talk to, because there's just no energy in it. There's nothing. There's just no spark or whatever, and that's fair enough. There's a really awkward one. I think it was Celebrities Go Dating or whatever that program is. I saw it on Facebook. And this guy met up, he's a celebrity, met up with the girl, and she really thought she was impressing him. And he was the one forcing, I should maybe find the link and put it in the description below. the poor girl was just, she obviously just knows social skills, social awareness. Maybe it was nerves at the same time, but you could just, you like inside you're willing her. It's like, go on, keep going, make it, and she just like, so what do you like in a woman? And he comes off with whatever. And she goes like tick, tick, and tick. But one of them was definitely against her. It's when somebody asks you what they like and then they tick themselves. I'm like,
oh.
You see that on first dates with some of the cringy ones? Okay, now this is an interesting one. Keep your phone in your pocket. I prefer to keep mine in my handbag, to be honest.
Do you know what? Because I've got kids.
Oh yeah, you need to. That's different.
I won't.
Yeah.
So I will leave it on the table to the side.
Yeah.
And I will tell them straight away, if one of my kids calls, I'm taking it. Anybody else can wait.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's good parenting, isn't it?
But I can have a look at the phone, and if it's not a kid,
I can wait. Yeah, an hour and a half. Yeah.
But plus, people who would call me, I'll have been like, you and one or two of my other friends will all know.
You're on the date.
You'll all know. Believe me, if ever it happens, you will all know. I'll probably talk about it on here, so all of you will know as well.
And then we can all help the police with their inquiries.
Do you remember that one date I had? Oh, that's frightening.
I'll give you your 20 quid later.
I will just say whatever pops into my head.
Damn, I'm in the wrong crowd.
Slide across the table. They'll cut that bit.
Yeah, true.
With lobster.
So I'm hearing what's not being said.
Oh, actually, I'm a bit hungry.
I've never noticed that about you.
Vanished into the ether.
This is showing off.
I'm still here.
And that's another executive meeting decisions that we have to make.
It was me.
Well, then you can just see my frugal smile as I leave this conversation for good. Leave your things in your helmet. I missed out on that. That's dangerous.